Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of From the Horse's Mouth. I am your host, the Loyal Brony, and with me here tonight I have the one and only PrinceWhateverer. Prince, how are you tonight, my man?
I am doing pretty well, actually. Yeah, a bit tired, but 2 a.m. happens.
We've all been there. Same with
Yeah.
me, letting off from there. Yeah, man, thank you for coming out here tonight. I've been a big follower of yours since the very early days of my Brony fandom joining time. Wow, 5 years. Where the hell did all that go, right?
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Yes. Um, we're just gonna jump right into this one. So, quick background on this guy, as I just already mentioned. Yeah, around the time of me popping in on this fandom when it was all getting big and crazy, everyone was making music, videos, fanfics, all this good stuff. Um, Came across Prince. I can't remember where. I think it was between Fairy Tales and Happy Endings because that was circulating around at the time. Good song. Um, and from there, coming out again on the Balloon Party album with his massive collaborative work called Breaking Bonds, which I still have on my phone to this day because it's fucking awesome. Um, and yeah, from there I just kind of fall in love with his stuff. And recently he released a new album called Reinvent about back in fall of 2016.
Yeah, well, near like winter. It was September, I believe I released that.
Yeah, so like fallish. So I
Yeah.
picked up the physical CD of that around the winter time. He also just released the deluxe edition of that on his Kickstarter, right?
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed. Though I know that one went out, but the regular one is still out there. And for those who haven't listened to it yet, when we're done with this podcast, you should definitely go give it a check because it is one of, not even one of, it is his best album today, in my opinion. And I've been following his stuff ever since, at least all these years. So, as I said, Prince, happy to have you on,
Well, thank you very much for all the support.
of course. All right. So, um, I guess we'll just jump right into it. I start with my very basic question here because, well, it's the most obvious one. Why ponies, man? When did you first hear about MOP? Like that whole thing. How did you catch the pony bug?
Oh, classic question. Okay.
Yeah, it's the best one of them all.
Well, yeah. I had the VCRs when I was a kid. Like my parents had the old 80s show, and yeah, I love that. Got older, like never watched it again, obviously, until I was like 18. Yeah, I went to college. I bought a Bronies Before Honies shirt from this website called Shark Robot. I was actually looking for a Leo and Satan shirt at the time
Really?
because Oni's a cool guy. Yeah, I bought it. I bought the Bronies Before Honies. I bought the shirt. It was very stylized, Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash doing like a bro Bronies Before Honies, and I was like, that's pretty funny. I'm gonna buy that. And then I wore it to college. A friend of mine was like, "Oh my god, you're a brony? What the hell?" And I'm like, "I don't even know what that is. What are you talking about?" And he's like, "But you're wearing a brony shirt." And I was like, "I don't know what to tell you, dude." And he's like, "Oh, go look on the internet. When you get a class, you will understand." And yeah, I watched the first episode when I got home that day, and that's how it happened.
Wow. So you bought this shirt not knowing, or you just thought it was like
Nope.
wow, interesting.
Yeah, it was like really brightly colored. I was really so I was I totally thought it was the coolest thing ever.
That works.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. So, okay, in that case, so I guess it didn't take. So from there, with finding the show, how long did it take you to join in, like on the hype train with the fandom? With that, like, did you start with just episodes in there and then working through with all that, or?
Yeah, I didn't know like I know bronies were like whoever watched the show. I didn't know there was like a big do stuff and make music. And I was in a band at the time, my own band, and
Okay.
we were just like doing generic music, not like any kind of fandom specific stuff. And I kind of like I don't know, I had way more fun doing the horse music instead of like my band stuff because the band was in a bad spot at the time. Like the other vocalist and the drummer were like getting into drugs and stuff, so I was kind of like
Uh,
there. Yeah, I was like not totally down with all that, and yeah, they left like not long afterwards. But and then yeah, I just continued doing my own thing on YouTube.
nice, nice. So you guys like perform like locally with that band?
Yeah, we were local. We did some shows like up and down the country, but nothing like international, nothing cool.
No, no making it big time.
Yeah.
You made it big elsewhere, but I mean, hey, I think this place sometimes a
Huh?
little cool. You made it big elsewhere
Oh, yeah.
to a point.
Somewhat, yeah.
The internet,
Hmm.
comparatively to most people, I mean, hell, you stuck around for quite some long time now.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm writing like a new bunch of songs about ponies and stuff, but I am actually like a season and a half behind. I need to catch up so bad.
Really? Wow,
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, this I can say just from this season's been interesting. There's always going to be people lately who've been very it's cross with it, but I mean, I'm still
Hmm.
enjoying it personally. It's 20 minutes of my life to just have fun and laugh at the little colorful horses. I mean,
Yeah.
I ain't expecting much beyond that, you know. But
Hmm.
I had a question for this here. Where the heck did I put it? This is what I get for not organizing better.
Okay.
Goodness me. Um, yeah, so I think that's the really thing is like to this point, really, yeah, it's 5 years. Like, why you still get inspiration for making songs for these horses?
Well, I am very much into like the whole storytelling via song kind of thing, and I feel like there's a lot more to tell. Like it's already been told through the episodes themselves, obviously, but I have my own take on things and how I want like to convey messages and stuff. And yeah, it's just there's so much more to work with that I haven't even touched yet.
So you got plenty more in the works. It sounds like then.
Um, I have ideas for things in the future, but for what's currently in the works right now, I've got like two or three pony songs, some commission work, and some other like covers of generic music that I need to finish up. But yeah, there's always going to be pony stuff in the works.
Nice, always good stuff. Yeah. So let's see here. Speaking of ones more unrelated to Pony, I know you did one on Reinvent for Ori and the Blind Forest, which if anyone hasn't played, play that game. It is a great game.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it's a good game.
is that so? I want to talk about them because I thought that was interesting. I thought it was cool that you did a tune for that game. So to talk about like what about that in particular inspired you to write that Walk in Shadows, I believe it's called.
Um, I wrote that song about Ori and the Blind Forest. I kind of wanted to. There was a song I did previously, Your Own Sky. I wanted to. The original idea for that, like with the instrumental and how like all like kind of the intro was all like instrumental. It was very piano-y, open, kind of big sounding,
Hmm.
and I thought it reminded me of Ori in the Blind Forest. And I was like, I want to do the song about that, but you hit the verse and the chorus and it gets very heavy metal, and it just that wouldn't fit. So I was like, I'll do the song for something else. So I like throw out what else in like that kind of big ethereal sounding meme, but could have like some heaviness to it. And I was like, Princess Celestia or Luna, one of those two. And I was like, Luna, bit overdone. Kind of Luna's kind of your go-to if you do metal IMO, like the dark,
You would
spooky
know. You would
nightmare
know.
horse. Yeah, she's the like the princess of the night. What more cliche can you get? But I was like, there's another side to this whole story. So I'll use Celestia for this one. That was really well. I wrote all those lyrics in one night actually, which was
Really?
way yeah. It
That's
was
impressive.
like it. There were like 8 whole songs worth of lyrics before the ones I used came out, but the ones I did use, I wrote them all in one night. Everything else took like weeks, and I couldn't think of anything that fit properly. But yeah, so Your Own Sky became a Celestia song, and then I wrote this other thing, which became Walk in Shadows, which is the Ori song, and yeah, that one I feel fit really well, and that was built from the ground up to be an Ori song, and I kept in mind not to make anything heavy or too heavy to like
Hmm.
work. Um, so oh god, speaking of that game, the little like light orb character that kind of is your companion throughout the game.
Yeah. I forget her name.
Um,
Yes.
well, that's the problem because I wanted to put a little bit of a meme in the lyrics, but I don't know how to pronounce the name because they never speak it. They always speak their weird
They
like
have their own
forest
language.
language.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's spelled Sein. I didn't know if that was pronounced Sein or
Yes.
Sign.
Sign. Yes, it's right. Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know either. I
Yeah,
never. No one.
because I wanted to make like in the chorus where something we're out of time, give me a sign. I wanted to like do the sign as their name,
Eh.
but I didn't want to get called out as like, oh, you pronounced it wrong. So I was like, I'll just leave it as the word
You
sign and it'll be
know, if you're
fine.
making a song for them, I mean, they should be grateful in my mind. But hey, I understand that. Yeah. Okay, let's see. So back to Pony though. So you started
Yes.
off making a heavy metal cover of Beyond Your Garden, the one that I think Tomb did with Wooden Toaster, correct?
Yes. I believe that is the first thing I did.
Yeah. So like tell you about that. Tell us a little bit about that one. Like what prompted you to make that in particular, not something else, or whatever.
Um, the that song and God, there were a couple others. Like there were like the big fandom remixes back in the day, like 2011, 2012.
Oh boy,
I
yeah.
don't Yeah, I don't know what it was about those songs. It was just they were so huge to me. Like they just really resonated with me for some reason. I just thought they were amazing. Like I thought it was incredible that you could find this like background pony who in the show had no significance to anything really at the time, and you could just make this massive story about them and make it like something really like deep. And like you think about stuff like that nowadays, it's kind of cringe. But back then, it was like the hottest shit ever.
We were all enamored with the horse back then. We were blindly running through this whole thing.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah.
Death Knight says, you know, Fluttershy listens to hardcore death metal in her spare time.
Oh, guaranteed, 100%.
I'll accept that headcanon, definitely.
Uh,
So, what we're on this here about your origins, everything. What is the origin behind your name? Because I've always been curious about that.
okay. Do you know an author called Darren Shan? He's a British author, so I doubt it. But do you know him by chance?
Can't say I have.
Okay, he wrote this 12-book series called the Christ, I think the original series called the Darren Shan series because it was meant to be like a himself. But Christ, this is going to get long-winded. There's basically book two is called The Vampire Prince, and like the whole thing's about vampires, and it's pretty cool. It's like Twilight, but not so lame and better written, in my opinion.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's the whole thing. And like, I was so into this series. Like, I was like 12, so I was mad into this series. Like a 12-year-old edgy high school kid,
Yes.
crazy about vampires. Yeah, so like my online alias at that time was the Prince, and it was really cringe. But when I got onto YouTube, because I made my YouTube channel way before I did anything with it. It was just a comment on videos I thought were funny and stuff.
Gotcha.
Um, yeah, I did that, and I like tried to call it Vampire Prince, but that was obviously taken. Someone's gonna want that name.
Oh
So
yeah.
I was like, okay, let's do Prince whatever, because I was like, whatever, I don't care. I just need an account to comment on stuff, and that was taken. So I was like, oh my god, what do I do? I was like, Prince whatever. It was like, oh, you could use all these names that have Prince and have numbers. I was like, no, numbers.
Prince
I don't
whatever
like.
number two.
Yeah, it's like Prince whatever 93 or something. Oh,
Okay.
no. Oh yeah, I'll put some more letters in there. So that's how it came to be, pretty much.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, hey, you didn't put extra numbers in, so I give you credit for that.
Yeah, I don't like doing that. Maybe in high school I would have.
Maybe. Let's see. Alrighty. This is a random throwaway question, and I've noticed this from you from just your general interaction on social media. Why the hell do you emoji so much?
um, I don't know. Like as I mentioned before, I was three all the like little Japanesey cute emojis all the time, and I never really got out of that. I like doing that because when you talk in text to someone, it's kind of hard to convey how you're kind of saying what you're saying, like with no emojis. And I feel like it kind of conveys like whether I'm happy, sad, or whatever. Use a lot. I kind of use a lot, like a lot, but whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to. It's just I've noticed between our conversation in prep for this and just like just your other social media posts, it's just like wow, it's like every sentence.
Yeah, I like to emote so people know how I'm trying to come across, if you know what I mean.
Fair enough. There. Let's see. Let's see. So you have collaborated with quite a number of people in the past. I've loved this here. DB Pony, love Matt, great guy. Acoustic Brody, Mew
Yeah.
Thunder, CG Scramble, P1K, all these people. I just kind of just walk us through that one, like what it's been like to kind of just be able to really work together with a lot of these other musicians in the fandom, making tunes together, just rocking out.
It's actually pretty funny you bring that up because I am atrocious at working with other people. I'm absolutely terrible at collabing with anyone. Well, it's in certain ways. When it comes, the only reason it's worked for me and so many people is because either they will have a complete, or more or less complete song, or I will have a more or less complete song, and I'll be like, hey, I want some of your vocal here because I feel you fit, or I want some of your guitar here, or like some like scream vocals here, or they'll want like me to do guitar singing or something they've done. If it came to collabing in the sense that we would be writing the song from the ground up together, which I have tried with some people, it usually fails, and it's usually my fault because I cannot work creatively like at that like low level where you're starting out with anyone. I'm terrible at it. But yeah, like when it comes to stuff like just having someone feature on my song or featuring someone else's song, then it's totally easy because they just tell me what to do and I can do it, and it's just fine.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, because that's another thing, as I've seen you on so many others, like here and there, that I'm like, huh, I think I gets around with that. So,
Oh hell yeah.
yeah. Speaking of acoustic Brony, have they been up to anything? Do you know? Because I've been waiting to see if they do anything. Well, remake now. Are they still around? Do you know?
I believe so. I'm in like semi-regular contact with Ed and somewhat with Jimmy. I don't know what they're planning to do for their channel currently. The last big thing I did with them was I was the producer who did their whole
It's beginning to look like Christmas, I think it was.
yeah, well, yeah, technically that's the last thing I did with Ed. That was fun.
Mm.
But yeah, the last like major interaction we had was they hired me to produce their album. Is it just called Remake? I think it's just a self-titled album.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, that's the last big thing they did. They put up some stuff on their YouTube about they're gonna do a song for Annie, which I was hoping, just production stuff for that. I'm not sure where that's going. I haven't actually checked them out myself much recently, but they're still around. They're definitely not dead or anything. They've got like a lot of real life like outside of Pony commitments with their band now. They have like a
Oh, of
live band they
course.
play with. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, of course. I mean, honestly, to each their own with them. And honestly, like I've always liked the sound that they've been able to produce with their own stuff. So I haven't heard from them in a while. So I mean, I think you work close with them for many times. So good to hear that with that. Back to you though. So when you started off with this, did you ever expect it to take off in the way that it did with this pony stuff, with the all this music?
Did I ever expect it to take off like that? No, definitely not. I thought like I'd get like a small following, maybe like a couple thousand at the most. And I would just like I didn't even plan to write my own songs. I planned to just cover other people's stuff, like because I saw all these like tombstones, like EDM stuff and the dubstep stuff and like remixes where they use samples from the show. And I was like, I kind of want to do that. But back then I was lazy. I was like, I don't have to write my. I'll just use their songs and I will like make them into like a metal version because I know people will want that. I know there's a market for that, but it's probably not a big one. So it'll just be like me doing stuff and screwing around. And yeah, eventually I was like, let me try and write some of my own stuff. I'm getting bored of just, copying other people, which was what I started off doing. It's terrible. But yeah, I thought I'll try something out. And yeah, it worked out so far anyway.
Yeah, because let me take a look here real quick. So, it's the first like original thing I think here that you did was I think it was Rainbow Thrash, was it?
Yes, indeed.
Good song, good song. There.
Somewhat.
I mean I know you said it still needs some reworking, but I mean
yeah.
hey, you've got a good track record. You've got a good track record with improving your old tunes. So I mean, hey,
Yeah,
what third, fourth time's the try? Charms, words,
yeah,
words.
maybe.
Maybe.
I remember when I first came out with that song, that was a lot of fun. Like that was like my first big foray into this whole thing, and because back then there was like that whole panel of people who had to like clear stuff to go on EQD or whatever, and I know Mike the Mike was part of that, and
Right.
I heard this he didn't like it, right? And when asked why he didn't like, he said, "Oh, it sounds too much like an anime intro." And I was like, "That's exactly what I'm going for. I'll take it," which was great.
What the hell? That's a really interesting reason, but all right.
I forget who told me because someone was part of that who did approve it. Like, oh yeah, your new song's cool. Like, it's cool that you're running your own stuff now. And so, oh, but Mike didn't approve it. He said it sounds too much like an anime intro. I was like, I love anime. Yeah. It's like you think I didn't want it to sound like that?
Like if you started singing in Japanese, maybe I had to agree with him. But I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh boy, at each their own. Um, so you've done. I imagine you are quite versatile with your instruments. So I'm curious, what can you play? What do you play?
um, I'm not that much. I play guitar, I play bass, I play drums, I sing, and I can somewhat play piano. Like I was getting really into the swing of playing piano and getting like good at it when I was back in college. But I've finished college now and I haven't touched a real piano since, so that's kind of going away fast. Um, Apart from that, I don't know. I'm not very good at music theory. I kind of know the basics. I can get around, but yeah, I just kind of write what sounds good, and guitar is my main thing. Yeah, I use that to write everything. So mainly guitar, other stuff as well.
I mean, it's got you this far.
Yeah,
All right.
works for
Okay.
me.
Yeah, exactly. It's really excuse me. It's really what matters
It's all
most.
good. I'm gonna open another cider here real quick. There we go. Ta-da.
Yeah. Let's see.
Drink responsibly.
Yes, always drink responsibly. Yeah, I'd start doing a disclaimer here, but I don't want to be that generic. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Drink
let's see.
responsibly. Be of age.
So
Supervised by an adult.
exactly. All right. So, what other music do you listen to beyond? I want to know what really because music, a lot of inspiration comes from other people. So, any particular bands or other musicians that really inspire you and help you create what you do?
For most of my like whole this like being in the fandom thing, there's this band, and still even now, there's this band I really like called Hands Like Houses. They're an Australian, like post progressive kind of metalcore ish band. They're really good. They're not like crazy heavy. They don't really scream. I think they have on the new, but it's nothing like crazy. And it's all very melodic, all very like amazing lyrics. Like the lyric writing is god tier. And then there's like more generic kind of stuff like the Amity Affliction. They're like a metalcore Australian band. It seems to be Australians all the time. But yeah, they're like more metalcore, lots of screaming, lots of singing as well. Um, Way more generic, but very well done instrumentation. Then there's like Porter Robinson, really good stuff, very emotive EDM music. And who else is there? Been listening to the Rasmus in the last few days, but only because I haven't listened to them in like forever.
I feel that.
Apart from that, yeah, I used to be way into like Green Day and Fallout, but I'm still very much into Fallout.
Green Day. That's my childhood there.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, there. Love them. Haven't really listened to much in the new days, but like I remember I got my first MP3 player that had like 120 megabytes. Oh boy, so much space, and I had like really poor quality versions of like I think like Boulevard, Broken Dreams, and Holiday, and all
Yeah,
that. Yeah, like 16 songs on there,
I
and it was like, oh, that's all you need. And now it's like I got 5 gigabytes
oh,
on my phone. It's still not enough.
oh my god, I remember my very first player. I didn't have an internet connection in this house. Well, I did only on like when my parents would let me. So, but I did have CDs, and I didn't have to
Yes.
download music off the internet. So what I what I would do is my MP3 had a little microphone built into it. By the way, I would plug the CD into my PlayStation 2, and then run a set headphones out of the TV, and like sandwich my MP3 player in the headphones and make the songs because that was the only way I knew to get the songs onto my MP3 player. I was such a moron. Didn't understand any of this stuff. But yeah, it's come a long way.
Yeah, I still listen to CDs in my car because my car doesn't have an auxiliary like thing, so I burn CDs all the time. That's why I like to collect them now too myself. Like that's kind of why I keep buying them because I figured, hey, people collect friggin' coins, and I get music CDs. Like this stuff's practical. I get to hold and look at it and be like, yeah, this stuff's great.
Yeah, it's cool having that physical media.
Yes, yes. Buy his CDs, guys. Buy his CDs. Um, so. Um, actually, this one's been on my mind now too. So, I've seen you perform live in the past, but do you have plans for that in the future by any chance? Because I'd love to hear some of your newer stuff live.
Oh, some of it I would really like to play live as well. Currently there are no plans. I've had a few cons ask me to come out. There was a French one and what's the place the Mercy's from in Overwatch? Where in Overwatch, where is Mercy from? Sweden? No, not Sweden. That's Torbjorn. Switzerland. Oh, I believe it's Switzerland. Yeah, there was a con there that asked me to come out and play, but I don't think I'm gonna do those because it's like as much as they would pay for me, and that's really cool, and I really appreciate that. But in my most recent con experiences, they've been good, but they're so much effort and the hassle, and it's like I'm not good at like traveling to new places, especially places where I don't speak the language. Like it's stressful. And like honestly, I'm not that great a live performer. I am a producer before a musician. I'm not that great at performing live. But it's always been fun. Like the crowd's always had fun. I've tried my best to like at least make sure everyone's enjoying themselves.
Oh my god! Yeah, they keep going.
Go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
It was. I think it was BronyCon 2013, and you were playing with DB, and I remember your mic was like dead because someone messed up with the goddamn in the audio booth there, and that was unfortunate.
I don't know how that happened. God, I was backstage with the guys on the desk. I had the mic. I was like, "Hey, we're good to go." They're like, "Yeah, totally. Everything's fine. Everything's set up." I was like, "Cool." So I run out on stage. I try like doing all the stuff, and like I think I'm doing great because they've got it so it's working coming out the monitors on stage, so I can hear myself. But they didn't have my voice coming out the front speakers, so no one in the crowd could hear me. So I thought I was like, "Yeah, I'm totally rocking it, man." And everyone was like, "What are you even doing? Why are you here?"
What do you even do?
Yeah. And I came up, I was like, "Oh, dude, how was that?" And my friends were like, what? Did you do anything? I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh.
It was a ton of fun though, and like DB was totally cool. He was like, "I'm sorry that happened." And like he could hear me because he was on stage as well. He was like, "You rocked it. It's fine. Don't worry about it."
That's a great guy. He was back when I started doing podcasting way back in 2012. He was like the second person I had on because this is when he just started. So cool. He is. I need to see him again. I haven't seen him since like 2015.
Yeah,
I need to hang with him again. And his drummer Billy. Billy's awesome too. Yes. Great guys there. But yeah, no. So like, I mean, hey, you ever come out to BronyCon, you go to somewhere else, I will be hyped. I will be front and center for that shit.
Yeah. Oh, BronyCon, like, because when I played in 2015, I think it was.
I think that was when you reprised that time it worked.
Yeah, because I was like actually part of the band that time. I wasn't just featuring for us. But oh god, yeah, like that's not my finest moment, definitely not. But it was a ton of fun, and it seemed everyone else had fun, so that's what matters.
2013, that night, at least for that one, like they're all great concerts for that one. Definitely, I enjoy listening to it because everyone's so like pumped about it, and like it's just nice. It's a treat to hear it live because I don't think there's not many people who like indie musicians who you get to hear perform live, and this is a great venue and opportunity to have that happen.
Yeah,
so I always swear by indie musicians because I feel like sometimes they just there's no marketing to it. There's no like any sort of like puppet strings being pulled. It's all just them, and I like that a lot more in some cases.
Yeah.
That's just
a lot more real.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so let's see down the line here. I know you've made some of the videos for your songs in the past, and some of them are quite extravagant. I think you did the original Frailty, correct?
I did, yes.
That one's nuts, by the way. It's quite well done for that. So what made, like, when you started making your own videos, to the detail that you do for that, what kind of like I guess beyond making it, helping it improve like the jets, like the quality of them, like what kind of like got you started with that? Because I know it's easy to get, I think anybody back then would be like, "Hey, I need to commission you to do this for me." They're like, "Sure." I mean, everyone was gung ho to do back then, so I don't know. Yeah, what got you started with that per se?
Well, this thing about me as a person, I really, really hate relying on other people because I am very impatient. When I've got a song finished, I'm like, "Okay, I want to release it. Let's go now." and if I'm waiting on someone else, it just kills my soul. But but yeah, like all these bands that I like, they always do like lyric videos where like the lyrics are like kinetic typography, where all the lyrics are flying around on screen. It looks really cool, and run images and all the effects are going off, and it looks really cool. And I was like, I can't do it like at that level because I don't have After Effects. And for a short while, I did have After Effects, and I actually studied it in college how to use it. But I was out of college for like a year or two before I used it at home, so I forgot everything. So I went back to Vegas because Vegas, I know that's like my bread and butter. I know how to use Vegas.
Hey.
Yeah, I used that to make my videos. And I don't know, I just wanted to make something like what the bands I like have, but obviously with horses. That's always great.
So it's all very much band inspired, the type of videos you make for them.
Yeah, because I wanted there to be, because there was like all this the popular kind of metal scene where like bands like Austin Alexandria or Icy Stars or whatever. They're cool, like sceney kind of like I like the whole sceney thing, like the colorful merchandise. And it's all kind of cool. And they've all got like that kind of clean aesthetic, and it looks cool. I thought I want to have something like that for horses because I like that music. I like that kind of aesthetic. I like how it all looks and like feels. And I want to do something like that. And I'm not done too well. I've had to get other people to work on my videos because I'm not that great at it. But I still want something like that for me.
There you go. They've always been great. So I mean, you definitely the ones you've had. I mean, I know you've also had a few other people make some in the past. I think it was. I know Dragmaster did a few for you back in the day. Um,
Yeah, he's cool.
yeah. Has he done anything lately? I haven't really. There's so many people that I know of, and I'm just like, I should look into them, but I just don't get around to doing
Um,
it.
I was trying to get Drag to do the video for the new between fairy tales and happy endings because he was the one who did the original one, and it would be cool that kind of callback where it's the same guy doing the video, like same people, mostly the same people working on it. Isn't Boff was at the time. I recently made contact with him, so that's cool. But yeah, wanted to do that, but I actually ran into him at BronyCon 2015, I believe, and he's now the head of Overmare Studios. I was like, whoa, okay, big promotion for you.
Oh, really? Shit,
Yeah,
huh. I
I was
follow
like,
him. I
damn, you're.
damn,
Hmm?
good for him.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you're doing well for yourself. He's like, yeah, come over, try out your like demo we've got, and I was like, hell yeah,
Yeah,
it was fun.
they got some great stuff tunes there. I had Haymaker on back in like November ish on the show. Um, I'd love to get more of the like the Wasteland Wares on there because like they Overmare is like between the game and like the music they got going for it. Like I cannot wait for when they have like a good full release of that. It's really
Yeah,
cool, really good
they've
stuff.
got a really big operation going because Drag's like doing all the and mostly with the game stuff, I believe. And then there's like the Whalers who I played with them in Germany. That was a lot of fun. They're really cool guys. They're like the
Yeah.
musicians, obviously.
Yes.
It's like so much cool stuff going on. I didn't realize how much like it was a thing until like I talked to Drag and he was like, yeah, all this is a thing now. And I was like, oh, whoa, okay, slow down.
Yeah. Okay, so is there anybody? I know I mentioned this before with collaborating. Is there anybody that you've wanted to collab with but never got the chance to by any means?
This kind of like technically we have collabed, but I never talked to him. That was Mando Pony, way back. Bonds was the thing. He featured on Breaking Bonds, but that entire having him do his part was entirely done through me telling Acoustic what to tell him, and then it would go back to Christopher and come back to me. So it was done through like kind of through mirrors, and we never actually talked directly to each other.
Really?
But yeah.
Huh.
Guys, who else nowadays? Jeez. Oh, Knapplejack. I really wanted to do stuff with Knapplejack way back when, but he's also not in the fandom anymore,
Oh wow, yeah. Bring me
which kind of
back.
sucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
I
your
used to
boy
know.
SCAP.
Yeah, dude. I used to know, but I was so like the music scene was like my favorite part of this. I was so like, like neck. I was submerged. When we said not neck deep, I was submerged and all that stuff back then. I
Yeah.
really need to kind of keep. I don't keep up anymore. Freaking college, man.
I feel.
Life.
Yeah.
That's cool. Speaking of breaking bonds, though, I mean that's my my buddy, one of my mods, is not here right now tonight, or he's being incredibly quiet. My friend Ford, that was like back in the day, because that's oh yeah, that's what I mentioned. I was never really one much for like metal and screamo stuff, but I'll admit you turned me on to it a little bit, so you helped out there. So thank you for that. you've broadened
Oh,
my
well,
my musical taste with that. But
cool.
Breaking Bonds was the first one that like with that kind of like tone that I'm like, this is fucking awesome. Like it, and it was mind blowing too. Is you guys had like 6 or 7 people working on one song, and I still listen to this day. I mean, I can argue. I mean, you can argue that yeah, quality of like mixing and all that now has definitely improved since, but just how it came together, I think it's still incredible to listen to now. Between like yeah, so
Yeah.
like just I'm what I'm trying to get at is like the origins behind that one, like what started that giant collaborative song for Balloon Party, like how everyone kind of ended up getting together and making that tune.
Um, that was what happened. Okay, so I didn't really know that the Balloon Party album was happening because I was still really new, and I was like, it's some pretty alright stuff. It's some really cringy stuff. I was like just trying to figure out how to get better at writing music because Rainbow Thrash was my first like original Pony song. And then, because being Acoustic Brony, he lives like a couple of hours away. He's not far, and we used to talk. We used to like Skype for hours every night. And he said to me like, "Oh, there's a really cool album thing coming out. You should do a song for it." I was like, "Oh, okay. What's like the premise of this thing?" And he's like, "The premise is go as hard as you can and make it like the best thing ever." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I was like, "Okay, that means like heavy metal stuff and screaming and loud." I was like, what else is intense kind of music? And I was like going through all the teasers at the time. I think Art Attack had a really cool teaser. Um, and I was like, dubstep. Yeah, I want to throw in like some complex kind of dubstep into it. And I knew MHM. I was like, okay, you should totally get on this. And I was like, what other music is like kind of intense and pretty cool? And I was like, well, rapping's pretty like that's a big deal in the fandom. I was like, hey, yo, lulz, you should totally rap on this thing. And he was like, okay, sure. And then Acoustic Brony was like, because he wanted to be part of it, obviously, because he was like like his idea to do it, and I did
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of the footwork, and we kind of went together from there. And he got Mando to do, and who else was that? Everyone with me, Acoustic, Mando, MH, Wells, Drag did the video.
It was
George,
George. Yeah, George.
yeah, my friend George did the he still lives around here somewhere, but he was the primary screamy scream for that.
Scream, scream.
And yeah, yeah. I was thinking how to make the most crazy song ever. Like we have to fuse all these elements to make it like that. It can't just be me and Ed. It won't work. It's not enough. And so yeah, that like I tried to get everyone I thought I could who was into that kind of like not into that kind of music, but into making a song that was kind of that visceral, crazy, so much going on at once kind of thing. And I think it worked out mostly.
I
More or less.
definitely think so for sure. Um, yeah, MH. I used to talk with MHM a little bit from time to time too. Way back when, but
Yeah.
he kind of disappeared like a lot of people. Um,
Yeah, I used to love that guy, but he used to infuriate me so much because he would not listen to anyone's advice, but he was good at what he did. So
yeah, no, I've caught that vibe from him too. So you're not alone there.
yeah,
I understand. Yeah, let's see. And then, huh. So okay, um, I know you gave me the clear on this question. I figured now it's time to ask it. Recently, you've had a few tunes enlisted, one of which was Constellations, which, how dare you? That's one of my favorites that you've ever made, period.
no,
You
don't
enlisted
do it.
them, and I've noticed the common trend is with Dream Chan, if I'm correct.
Yes.
So, if you want to talk about that.
um, Essentially, the long and short of it is, me and her became friends again for a short while, about 2 months, and then, as always, I was like, no, we're not friends anymore. So that, and I was like, because like, oh god, because yeah, we did it way back when, like years and years ago, and when that all ended, I was like, you know what, I'll keep the songs up because as much as I don't want to really see around anymore, like people enjoy them. Like I don't want to take that from people, so it'd be really selfish because I've always maintained that if you delete your old stuff, it's like really selfish thing to do,
Mm-hmm.
and like because like people enjoy it, whether or not you enjoy it is no longer in your hands once you've released it to the world. So just let them have it, and that's the attitude I always maintained. But yeah, after this time, like I won't go into details, but I was like, nope, don't want to have anything to do with you. Don't want to see you around anymore. Just get like out of my life. I'm done. Like, I'm not like trying to shit talk or anything, but we are not friends, and we will never be involved in any way again.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
No, but I do want to say no. I do respect you for at least unlisting them with that, because it was my friend Ford who pointed out that they're not up there. I'm like, what do you mean? I just listened to it yesterday because I have it on my playlist there, like on the thing. And then I looked at it and I was like, wait a minute, holy shit, what
Yeah.
with that there?
Yeah.
But
I wanted to get them away from me, but I didn't. I still didn't want to really like take them away from people who did enjoy them. I was like, I'll unlist them.
yeah,
So like, if people have them in playlists, 'cause they like the song, then they can still listen. If I just don't, I don't want to personally do that anymore.
understandable, understandable with that there. Okay, so it's really just on your end of things. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Running out of long questions here. I'm going to open up to the chat in a little bit for if they have any questions themselves. I'm talking a little more. So you said you were behind on the show a little bit there. What was the where did you last leave off, if you remember?
Oh boy, Christ! I think the last episode I did see was the premiere when they unveiled the Satan baby.
Okay, so about a year ago then.
Like, yeah, I hadn't touched it since then. I don't think like so much stuff went on. I think I mostly stopped because I was busy with the album. And then
Right.
once the album came out, I had to deal with like shipping and making sure everyone got their copies. And then a few people be like, "Oh, I didn't get my copy. Can you send another one?" I'd be like, "Yeah, sure." Or people be like, "Oh, my code didn't work," and I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll get that." And then there's music projects, and now I'm doing the second edition. I'm always so busy, and when I get a spare moment, I usually play games. I get really fidgety if I just sit and watch something for too long.
Uh-huh.
I really want to, yeah, I want to like do something.
I've noticed you've been playing a lot of StarCraft 2, Mass Effect, Andromeda, and Overwatch.
Yeah. Well, excuse me, I've been drinking cider.
It's okay, I've been drinking tequila.
Yeah. Overwatch is just fun. Like, me and the lady friend played a lot. We're like trying to rank up together in competitive. I don't know because we used to play. We played all the same placement matches, and we play in the same quick play usually. And we've been playing up until recently. We've been playing the same matches in competitive, but she gets placed way lower than me for no reason because I know how she performs. I know how I perform. She's doing as well, if not better than me. So I don't know why the SR is not the same. Yeah, I've been trying to keep that together because Overwatch is just fun, and I really want to get a golden weapon for its sake. StarCraft, I was so into StarCraft when I was a kid. Holy crap, that game was my life. And recently, a friend of mine, Divinum X, Brandon, he's also a pony horse metal musician.
Yes, he did that song that I love so fucking much with you.
Yeah, he actually bought me StarCraft 2 because he had like a ton of Blizzard credits or whatever just lying around. It was like sweet. And so I binged that.
As they just throw it away, like, yeah, I got these, just need to use them.
Yeah, because he messaged me like, "Oh, do you know anyone who wants like any Blizzard games? Because I have so many credits for like whatever reason." And I was like, "I like StarCraft." He was like, "Sure thing." Yeah,
that's great.
Because like I had played StarCraft 2's first two campaigns before, but I pirated those because I'm poor and I was too hyped to wait. I really wanted to play them, but then like I've got them legit now, so I feel better.
Yeah.
That was a ton of fun. Mass Effect Andromeda is a mess. Like not because of the game being broken when you play it. It's like getting it to even work was so hard. I like. It's just Christ, what was wrong with it? Every time I load it up, I try and load into the game, and the cutscene would start. First cutscene would start. It would crash, lock up my whole computer. I had to restart everything, and I thought, oh Christ, what did I have to do? I had to go into my computer's memory settings, like quadruple the size of my page file or whatever, which was stupid. And then I had to go into the game itself and change the graphics to high and turn off VSync, turn off HDR, turn off. It's like, well, you shouldn't have to do any of this to play the game. But
Yeah,
it works now, and I'm really enjoying it.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, my roommate was playing that when it first came out and dropped it because Mass Effect's like his life. Apparently, that's like the one game series that he is just like swears by. And I've never played it. I've never played any Mass Effect games. I've known about them so long. I've never gotten around to doing them with that. But I mean, me personally, I watch him. Like, I don't get why this got so much like getting so much flack. Like, this looks pretty enjoyable. Like, I play it. But yeah, I know it's a little more on the technical end, which it's frustrating. I had the same experience with um, Assassin's Creed Unity, but that game was a mess. Period. And
Yeah.
I still have not forgiven Ubisoft. Fuck
Yeah.
them.
Oh my god! I remember when they said in an interview, there's something really stupid. I think they said like frames per second is. Yes, it is just a number, but so is my income. There's not something you can just joke around. It's like
I'm gonna use
don't just.
that one. I'm gonna use that one. That's good. So was my
Yeah,
income.
yeah, because everyone's like complaining that like oh the FPS is, which it wasn't. It was, and they're like oh it's just a number. Don't worry about it. It's like no, that's how I see the game. It's not just some number. Ah, that was dumb. Um, yeah, I like video games.
Me too. Uh, Overwatch, though, you said that I actually had this written out because I wanted to ask who is best Overwatch character.
Best Overwatch character. Well, depends. They all have the roles. I am
Who's your
personally
favorite?
maining. I'm personally maining Mercy and Soldier right now because like and Arissa like she's the only tank. So I play her when I need to fill tank.
Yeah, I need more friends to play because I everyone's playing the game and I'm like, yeah, this is fun. I'm 3 matches in. I'm like, I'm bored now. I don't know why. I don't know why because it's like I have it. Everyone else is playing it, and it's just I don't know. I just haven't found a nice group with it
Yeah,
yet, which is unfortunate because I want to. I need something to de-stress my time with.
yeah. It is a game where like you need friends to play with it. Like it's not essential, but it makes it a lot more
It gets
fun.
yeah. It's I used to because I used to go nuts with my buddy with Battlefield 4 way back in the day. And Battlefield like that was we'd be up to like friggin' 3 a.m. playing that stuff on my Xbox. Like that was fun. So like I kind of want like I'm trying to find something like that, and to me like Overwatch is the big one right now, so it's the most obvious. I just gotta get a groove with that. But yeah, no. Personally, I'm pretty good at Junkrat. I don't know why. I just don't even have to really think. I just perform well. So
Yeah, oh, when I was, I think Junkrat is actually like Junkrat is my most played, but because I played nothing but Junkrat for all of season one and like half of season two,
uh huh.
and yeah, like I used to always do well soldier, but I don't know, I just didn't. Like the team went to lose, even though I was like playing well. Like I'd get like silver kills, but I don't know because I don't think I was very team. Like I wasn't a team player. I was still in like Call of Duty mode, just kill everything that you see. And I wasn't like playing with the team. But Junkrat, I don't know, because he's like he's very trash damage. He's good at taking down shields and killing tanks when they're not moving. If he's dumb enough to heal in front of you. Um, yeah, he's very versatile. Like his getting kills, killing far as Josh in mine is so satisfying. Um, yeah, Junkrat is a very good character. I love him.
hmm Okay, let's see. Um, I'll make this one quick here, and I know this is the most.
Mhm.
This is the most. This is literally the most obvious question. And I just want to ask it for. I pretty much already answered, but I want for the record, who is best pony?
Who's best Tony? Um, well, once I watch the new seasons and stuff, I might change my mind. But it's been like Twilight or Fluttershy for the longest time, really. Two favorites. I can't
Huh.
really pick one over the other. Some days Twilight, some days Fluttershy, whichever one.
Interesting. Okay. Because I was gonna follow up asking. I know you. Do you still have those really awesome amps that you have with the with I think your OC and Dash on one of both the other?
Oh, one of them had a SpongeBob on it,
Oh, really?
and yeah, one had SpongeBob, and one had Rainbow Dash, and the one with SpongeBob was actually the other guitarist in my band. That was his amp because we got matching amps and stuff because we were cool,
Ooh.
like a real band. But yeah, that's not a thing. Like we're still friends, but yeah, that was his. Mine has the Rainbow Dash on it, and it still has it. It's still there. The paper's peeling. It's old, so it happens.
Yep. That's cool. What was the band's name? Did you have a name?
Oh god, we were called Set Your Sails. Teeny
Oh,
weeny
didn't you make a
name.
song based off of that?
Well,
Or the
the band used a
name?
couple.
I swear it was Shady Box, right?
Oh, I did a song under the band's name.
Yes, yes.
I'll drink to that, and Shady Box helped me with some of the ad lib vocals on that, which was fun.
Hmm.
Yeah, because it was like tradition that every year the band Christmas song, like some 3 minute generic pop punk shit. They just whatever
Gotcha.
about whatever. Yeah, but that was around the time where the band was kind of falling apart. So I wrote the whole song, and I was like, ugh, why do I have to put the song under the band's name? I wrote it. It's me. But yeah, it was a really fun song.
Fair. When are you uploading Forget About It, please? Like,
Oh,
please.
I really, I want to. That song is like, yeah, the song is like done. I can upload it whenever, but I
Yeah.
really wanted a really cool video for that one.
Okay. Because
And
I still look at your, you know, when I laugh is like, I'm like, how did I ever hear about this? And I realized it's because when I saw it was, oh, it was the April Fool's joke that he did last year.
oh yeah, yeah, I think I just take that down.
As this is like, it's a good start. Because that one, that's, some between, yeah, if I had to take top three from your album with that, it would be So Long, Fight This War, the first version, and Forget About It. I listened to those so many times, so much. That kind of
Yes,
powered. That
yes.
actually kind of powered me through the semester. So thanks for that.
Hey, I'm glad to have helped.
Very motivational. Very
yeah,
just fucking kick ass.
yeah, that song's a lot
Um,
of fun. I really like that video.
yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Um, I'm running low on questions here myself, so I'm going to open this up now to the chat. So for everyone listening live right now, this is where you get to be able to ask Prince questions yourself. You do it right here in the chat feed. Just type them away. Anything you have. As the just remember if it's been asked already, we will let you know. Um, but yeah, ask away. And while you're doing that, I will also um, go through a few more on my list here for Prince. Do you have a
Jeez.
favorite episode from the show?
Favorite episode? Jeez. Probably a Hurricane Fluttershy. I think that was season 2. That's like one of my favorites.
That was I remember that one when I watched that one live back in the day. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah. I
was
think. Oh,
it was a good ep. It was a good ep.
I'm not sure if that's the one. I saw one live at some.
I watch them all live now.
Places.
With that, I once I got past the whole like, yeah, mom and dad, I like ponies. I just started watching it on TV, and I still question why I do it because every time it seems they just always want to ask me to do chores or question them. Like that's not even commercial. It's just like, oh, commercial just ended. Let's bother him right now.
Oh my god.
To this day, man. I'm so glad I'm at college sometimes now.
yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I think there have been a lot of good episodes since then. Um, what was the one where there was a song and Twilight was singing and Celestia and Luna and Cadence. They're all singing that song together. They did some really cool.
Oh, that was the season 4 finale. That was the one with all the princesses.
Yeah.
It was you'll play your
Oh, it was
part. You'll
like
play your part.
yeah.
Yes,
That's the one. Yeah.
that's a good song.
I really liked that song. I'm not wait, that was the
The season 4
yeah,
finale.
yeah.
Yeah, with
Yeah, that was a really good.
with Tirek, which made Frailty, which is another great song.
That's
That.
one of my personal favorites.
Speaking of actually, wait. Before I'll get to that in a second here. But we got the first question here is from Miscellaneous saying, "How was it working with Webcake on So Long?"
It was actually way easier than usual. Because Will a voice actor. Like usually when a singer will do their part for you, they'll like say it once, send it to you, and they're like, here you go. If you don't like it, tell me what to change. I'll sing it again. Webcake, because she's a voice actor, she's used to do lots of takes in one. So she sent me like 8 versions all at once, and I was like, oh, that's actually really great. I can pick the best parts I like from this. So that works for me. And yeah, it was really easy to. The song turned out pretty good.
Nice. Okay. Daft Knight has a follow up question about the conventions. Would you perform at Brony Scott this year? Not involved with them, just curious. Is it
Scotland
Scotland?
would be, yeah, Scotland would be easier because like they like speak English. They just have a funny accent. um, I love the Scottish accent.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, getting there might be a problem if they took care of that. There's like stuff like accommodation and like music gear. It's never the con's fault that I don't want to go. It's because I'm just lazy and Even when I went to play with P1K and DB Pony in America at BronyCon 15, like they were playing like some of my own songs, and I had to relearn all those songs because I record the songs as I'm writing them, so I can keep it like fresh in my mind, like as I'm going. And like I spent like every day for like 2 months, I was running through the set list back to back, every song in my room, like making sure I knew everything, and like it was fun. It was fun to do. It got me back into like doing the whole music thing regularly, but it was a lot of work. So Brony Scott, maybe depends if they want me to. Oh, some like I think Brony Fair in Germany, they wanted me to do like an hour and a half set, and I was like, I can barely do half an hour. Don't make me do this. It's like I'll get tired, my voice will give out. I'm not trained for live performance. But yeah, like possibility. It depends on a lot of things, but I wouldn't be against it.
Fair enough. My buddy Ford finally showed up. Apparently, he had the wrong time. He's asking, how does the management of Ponies at Dawn compare to Balloon Party and sequels?
Have I been on Ponies at Dawn?
I don't know. Have you?
I may have worked with someone on a song that they then put on there. I have never released any of my own stuff on that album, I don't believe. So I don't really know. Christ, Balloon Party was like if it's anything like Balloon Party, it'd be easy. They set a deadline. They set a premise for the album. You and like deadline to finish it and submit your songs, and then you just kind of do it. And if you miss the deadline, tough luck. If you don't miss the deadline, then hooray, you're on the album. But yeah, I don't know. Like it's pretty simple. I assume they do it the same kind of way. I'm in touch with most of the guys who do Ponies at Dawn. I'm just always busy or lazy and a terrible person, so I never do anything for it.
Yeah, I know. You had a few. Yeah, you had a few. I remember you had the Bab Seed Smile kind of collab thing. That's another interesting tune you always made way back when, 2013. Wow, I'm old.
Yeah. Oh, I feel you.
Like, dude, I graduated high school that year, and then now it's like I'm in like going into my senior year of college because I calculus kicked my ass and put me a year behind.
Yeah,
it's just like you just look back. It's like, where the fuck has all this time gone?
Yeah.
Prince collab with someone on Ponies at Dawn. In that case, Prince, have you thought about joining Ponies at Dawn? Or never even discarded the question. Hey, I guess you already actually did answer that one.
I want to actually look this up real.
Who did I work with?
Yeah, because I feel I might have done something with. Oh, I see my name here. Let's Control F. No. Oh yeah, Dragonol and Rock and Brony released a track, and Dragonol commissioned me to do some singing on that. And yeah, that's on there. Okay.
All right, there you go. There you go. Okay, so I was going to ask this before. You were saying your favorite tunes you made. So I want to know, what do you think is your most underrated track you've made?
Underrated. Let me go on my channel. YouTube, my channel. Underrated. Just checking like the view counts. Probably the extended version of Spectacle. It's like it's kind of my fault because I released that way later than the original song came out and way later than the original version I made. But I feel that's like it's got like 65K, which is good, which is pretty good.
It's only it's not too far behind the original, but I understand what you mean.
Yeah, like I expected it because it's like the extended version. It's got some original lyrics in there. It's way longer. It's like it's just better in my opinion, and it didn't even get the same view count as the original. I was like, what the hell? But yeah, not very timely on my part. Kind of my fault.
It'll catch up in time, probably.
Yeah.
With all that there. Any Brony musicians you're particularly eager to work with, or would have been if there's some of the Brony scene? I think we kind of answered that previously. Yeah.
Hey, what's this?
Any yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure. People who are still around. I think, like, isn't often lulls kind of flutter in and out of like my Skype or Discord wherever they're at. They'll appear once and be like, "Hey, what's up? You want to collab again? It'll be super fun." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then they'll disappear for like another year, and I'm like, "Well, what the hell? And
Levels.
yeah, they like they're always cool and they appear and they go. One day something will happen. But yeah, those guys, they're the main two I'd like to work with because they're both very talented and I love them.
Hmm. Okay, let's see. Daft Knight's asking, what is your opinion on Starlight Glimmer?
I haven't seen much of her outside of the like her episode, like the spectacle episode, because I'm really, really behind. But she seemed cool. She's it was a kind of a good personification of like how the music industry treats musicians most of the time because like there was the God, what was his name? The guy who was like her manager. He was
Wait,
like,
wait, you're thinking of Coloratura.
oh, what? Glim Glam. Oh,
Star
Glim Glam.
Glim
What
Glam.
the hell? Starlight Glimmer. Christ.
I was gonna say, wait a minute, music. What is he talking
Yeah.
about?
Can you tell I'm like really far behind?
It's all right.
Let me think. Starlight Glimmer. She's cool. I haven't seen enough of her to have a big opinion. I like her kind of dynamic. Like she's reformed, but still doesn't understand like what the whole thing is, and she's learning. But she like I find it funny that she's like learning from Twilight, even though she's about the same, if not better, than a princess, and it's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what pisses people off.
yeah, but like it's cool because it's not like about that. It's about like how she interacts with other ponies and stuff, and it's interesting. It's an interesting dynamic, and I really need to catch up because it's cool. And I want to find out what happens.
That is the correct answer, mind you. Just so you know, that is the correct answer.
Hooray!
I'm I will full admit I am a Glimmer fag here. She worked her way into my heart more than any character ever has in a weird way. Um, and I
Yeah.
know people always joke back then about like, oh, you have your waifus, and honestly, I always thought that was like retarded. Just like about I thought it was absolutely stupid. And then she
Yeah.
happened, and I'm like, well, shit, I think I have a waifu now.
Yeah, there's
But
there's just something really relatable about her whole like not understanding this whole thing and like stumbling through life or whatever. It's
yes,
just
yes,
it's interesting to see.
agreed, agreed. Um, let's see what else we got here. Wish someone really simply what? I'm trying to follow along with the chat here. Um, if a metal musician was to guest star in MLP Film, who would you want it to be? That's a good question.
Um, I guess we're talking in like the broad term of like all metal music in the world.
Yes. Yes.
Christ. You see, as much as it's cool to have like people you like cameo and stuff, it had to be tasteful.
Of course.
Yeah, who would I?
T-Rex returns. Okay, here we go. Like we'll get some background there, some heavy,
Yeah,
some
that'd be
epic
cool.
battle kind of thing. We could definitely. I mean, we had Rainbow Rocks too. That would have been like a fitting backdrop kind of scenario like that. With
Yeah.
so I mean, you can work some metal in there. I think so. Yeah, who would you want it to be?
Oh God. I'm not sure. Like probably an older kind of like heavy metal band, like Iron Maiden or something that people can easily identify as.
Fair.
Nothing modern, because the parents would like shield their children's ears
Oh
from the
god,
horrible screaming.
that's true. That is so true. It would have to be something the parents are already kind of familiar with. That
Yeah,
would that, that
I'm feeling something like Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, something like that. Something that would fit. Like it'd be funny in like in Rainbow Rocks if like they're all doing their bands or whatever, and like Trixie's band was some crazy thing because she always goes over the top about everything. That'd be cool.
That would be sweet. Yeah, my uncle's a big Iron Maiden fan, Metallica, Slayer, all back then. So
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so hilarious.
that would be.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
If they ever wanted like a Rainbow Rocks 2 kind of deal, that would if they went that off the deep end, I would be all for it. It sounds like it could go.
Oh.
It could be either incredibly great or horribly wrong.
Yeah. Oh, they said it doesn't have to be a song; it could just be a voice acting. Voice acting.
Oh.
Well, I guess technically. If you guys watch Metalocalypse, the guy who voices Nathan Explosion, I would love to see that.
Really? That's
Hilarious,
awesome.
yeah. Oh, he could voice God, what do they call them? Bulk biceps? I don't know, the white pony with the.
Oh my goodness, I'm hiccuping. What is wrong with me?
It's okay.
I swear I'm not drunk. No.
What if we've
um,
been showing tequila? I don't
no,
know.
I haven't had that much with it. Tequila and me got along very well, actually, too. Um,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
it's funny. Everyone says, "Oh, tequila that fucks you up." Me and like, nah, fam. I'll drink all the tequila I want. I'm great. But I haven't had much though. Favorite instrument you've owned? That was one I got on here because I feel like you've gone through. I feel like you've gone through plenty of instruments in the past, or any particular guitar or drum or something you've owned that you just absolutely loved.
um, I have well, there's two guitars that I really like. I have oh god, what's it called? I feel like it's a Schecter Omen. It's a six-string Floyd Rose Schecter. It's nice. It sounds the best. It's the one I used for the first song I deployed it on was blah, 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 Ace of My Heart, and it sounds really thick and heavy and nice. And I got it for like £25 because some band was recording at my house, and the guitarist said, "Will you do two songs for free if I give you this guitar and you also give us like 20?" Hell yeah, because I knew this guy. They weren't paying me anyway. They're terrible. Um, yeah, I was like, I'll take a guitar. I need guitars. That's my favorite sounding guitar. It looks pretty nice, but favorite looking guitar is an Ibanez. They named their guitars terrible. It's like an Ibanez S77 PBNTF blah something. It's an S series, very thin, very light. I bought it so I can like run around stage with it. It doesn't weigh anything. Sounds the problem is it sounds really country,
Oh,
and yeah, like I used it on what was the one about Applejack? The Metal League one about Applejack? The Left Behind,
left,
yes.
yeah, left behind.
Yeah, I use it on that, and some of the chugs, like the chugga chugga chugga, in that is kind of weak sounding, in my opinion, anyway, because it's just not built for that. I just wanted it to play in that tuning, so I use that guitar, and I'm gonna re-outfit it like with different pickups and stuff to make it sound more metals soon. So yeah, then it'll be
Nice.
my favorite guitar all around.
There you
Right.
go. There you go. Let's see. Pineapple pizza, good or bad?
I hate pineapple in all capacities, so bad
Okay, that's
by
fair.
default.
That's fair. If you don't like pineapple, then I guess you're exempt from that question. Period. I just don't get why people are so divided on this. Damn you, Gordon Ramsay.
Like it can be like there's pineapple and sweet and sour sauce, I believe, and that's like the best. It has its place in the world.
I think so too. Yeah. Any pony you want to make a song about that you haven't yet?
Oh,
You've done a Twilight song, you've done a
no,
Fluttershy song, you've done a Dash song.
no rarity songs.
You do Rarity.
Um, I have not done a rarity song. I'd like to. Christ, I hadn't done an Applejack song for the longest time because I was like, oh wait, it had to be. It couldn't be. And then eventually I was like, nah, fuck that. Just make another metal song about Applejack. And then like yeah, because the whole premise was, oh, her parents are dead or something. And then like the show even confirmed that, and I was like,
There you
hell yeah,
go.
I
There
totally
you
win.
go. Roll with that.
I win. Yeah.
You
Uh,
haven't see, so you have yeah. Looking at it here, you haven't. I don't think you've done one about Pinky and one about Rarity.
there's like you could argue that Breaking Bonds is kind of Pinky, and there is another song I did with like
Okay, I'll give you that.
Tombstone actually.
That's true. You could argue with that with Breaking Bonds or Pinky, sure. And
Yeah,
you don't
but
even have
there was,
to do what works. Do what inspires you, really. First off, but
yeah, I did a song called Pinky's Parties, which is like it had Tombstone on that track, and that track is ancient and it's also very very bad. So don't worry about that.
let's
Let's
not
not
touch
count
that.
that.
Let's not bring that up.
Yeah.
uh,
Um, like there's so many. Like I'd like to do like stuff for like the what's the word? The fan favorites like Octavia and Vinyl, but they're both very obviously not in my genre.
they've honestly, I think they've fallen from grace a bit in the fandom, like with pairings go as far as that goes. Like I feel like they've kind of. I think like your Enigma is the only guy who still does like tracks right around like probably a few here and there, no doubt. But I feel I don't know with them they've been ever since Slice of Life. I
Not
feel
not
like they've kind of just. eased off.
Oh, wasn't that the like the pandering episode?
Yeah, the pandering one.
I actually quite liked it. I thought it was hilarious that
I
they did
liked it. I think you, like
bullshit.
honestly, when you I don't know. I've never liked to look too deep into the show to a point where I feel like when you start over scrutinizing it, anything you over scrutinize, it just gets fucking like annoying or bad. And I'm like, as I said,
Yeah.
it's a cartoon show of horses. It's 22 minutes of my life. Like I'm watching it to relax. I'm not trying to think like I'm not looking to be mentally stimulated. There's many other great works out there that I can do for that.
Yeah. This is true.
Vinyl and Octave or OTP. Shut the fuck up, Loyal.
Rip.
I'm not saying they're not a good pairing. I'm just saying I think they've fallen from grace as far as fandom works go. I ain't bashing them. Ford, come
Yeah,
on, man.
they're still good.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with them.
yeah. The obvious choice is mod for rock, metal, mineral music.
I love my minerals. Yeah.
Love your minerals.
Oh my god, it'd be funny. I could just like I could auto tune myself so it's be like monotone as fuck. That'd be funny.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that's kind of an idea. As like more of a comedian.
Maybe make another April Fool's joke next year.
Oh yeah, god, totally. Prime time.
Yeah. I have one more here, big one that I've always because again, as I mentioned, between fairy tales and happy endings was I think was like the first big track of yours that I actually found myself involved with. One that personally, I'll admit this right now, I've been trying to work up the nerve to actually do vocal cover for because I love it. Um, and just with that one, with because I know Derpy was a hot topic back then, so it kind of it worked me through, kind of like what you did Breaking Bound, worked me through that process making that song.
Um, I just felt that like I think there were like there was videos coming out about the topic. There were like I think there were other songs around. There must have been. Because that song Fairy Tales was actually I was quite late to the party with that.
Oh yeah,
But
a few
yeah,
months for sure, but
but I felt like there needed to be a song that really kind of what's the word like kind of captured
the
the
essence.
somber like the somber kind of sadness about the whole thing and how it's like you're ruining this thing that there's no need to do any of it. You've just basically chosen to screw over like the character and the fans of that character for other than the soccer moms said so. I was like, it's really dumb.
Yeah.
And but like I didn't want to do like an angry at has no, that won't solve anything. I just want something people can kind of relate to, kind of speaks about the topic as such. It's like a lot of like I was a younger, more naive horse than I am today, way back then.
I
But
mean, it's still your top one. So I mean, you
yeah,
did something right.
yeah, like sadness sells, as they say.
Sadness sells.
Yeah, much like how sex sells, you know. uh, yeah, that was the thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I just wrote like a really sad instrumental, figured out some lyrics, and I was like, yeah, this works really well. And but I felt like by myself I was making the song all it could be, so I got Isambov and what's
Ah,
his
love
name
that
now?
guy.
He goes by Senra now.
Liquid,
Yeah,
Liquid
yeah,
Cobalt.
yeah. He goes by Senra nowadays, but yeah,
Okay, yeah. Isn't from those guys. Those isn't He had some good stuff back then too.
yeah, yeah. It was a lot of
They're all
fun.
good people there, and yeah, I'm looking through your old stuff. No, like not letting go. Love that. Taking flight. Taking flight. I think was like the first like scream one that I'm like, you know what, I can get behind this. I can get behind it. Along with breaking bonds and that. And then the rest of your stuff. I'm like, yeah, I love it. Fuck it. I don't care. That's great. um,
Yeah.
let's see. Let's see. Let's see. What was the game you guys were talking about earlier? The Prince did a song for. Wait,
Oh,
no,
or in the
no,
Blind
no.
Forest.
Oh, yes, right. Yeah, Ori and the Blind Forest. I will type it in chat.
Yeah.
Great, great
Very good
game.
game.
One of the best games I've ever played. Definitely in my top 10, period. Um,
Yeah.
great. It incredibly soul-wrenching soundtrack, stories, fun, snappy gameplay, visuals are I can go on. I'm not going to start ranting about it. Definitely go give it a shot if you like it. It should be cheap now too. I mean, great game. Period.
Yeah, love it so much.
Yeah, let's see. I think I'm almost out here on my own list, which is okay because we're almost about with around the time here. We're just about to
Yeah.
wrap things up with everything. Okay, actually, I like to ask this one a lot. Any advice for people starting out making music, doing their own thing like that? Any advice or tips you could give them that you've picked up over the years?
Um, if they're starting out doing music for this fandom, then you got your work cut out for you because it ain't 2012 no more. It's going to be hard to get that recognition like it was easy back then, but nowadays not so much. If you do, in general, just love what you do. If you don't enjoy doing it, then that will come through. People will be able to tell either by the composition you make or the singing that you perform that you're not enjoying yourself. And if you love it, people will tell that you like it. The energy will be there. It'll just do better. If you're not enjoying it, it's not worth your time. That's the best advice I think I can give.
Amen. Speaking of the fandom in 2012, I remembered we were actually said we were going to talk about this there. So, as someone who has been in here since 2011 making music for it and is still making music for it to this day, I kind of want to see, like, want to discuss a little bit quick before we wrap things up here,
Yeah.
your view on the state of the fandom with music because
Currently,
currently with um, the way it's transitioned through and all, because I feel myself, I feel there's still a lot of great talent out there, and I think some of it's a bit diluted because of I feel like it's become very bottlenecked with a lot of the people names who've still stuck around, or with other people that they're I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of underappreciated talent out there. Personally, I don't know how much you've heard recently, um, but I just kind of want your review of like the being like a part of it for so long.
yeah, the amount of people who stick around to listen has definitely decreased, but the amount of people who were like new starting out making music it hasn't really decreased that much. So there's still new people coming in every day doing stuff, but not the audience, not the huge audience that there used to be for it. I feel like most of the people who watch my stuff are like, it's not really about horses anymore. They're there to just listen to whatever I put out because they enjoy my music, which is really cool. Like, I super appreciate that because yeah, like Walking Shadows, it's not a pony song. It hasn't got the same amount of views as like most pony songs do, but it's got more than some of them do. Um, and I feel like that's just because they enjoyed that song for what it was, not because it's a pony song. So if what you want to do is music about ponies, then okay, do that. But if you want to do music about ponies because you think you more like it'll get you more following, then that's definitely not a good idea. Um, the state of the fandom currently, though, like yeah, there's definitely people out there who do really good stuff. Like a lot of my closer musician friends, like people always think, oh, like the bigger musicians. I mean, tubes are like we're cool. We see each other at cons. It's always like we don't collab. We don't talk online like ever. Same with Christ, like DB Pony. Yeah, we hang out. We talk at cons. He's like sometimes online. He wants me to collab with him on some, but we're not like buddy like what me and my closer like other friends are. And that's just and they're like really small musicians. It's not because they're smaller than me. It's like stupid. It's just I don't know. They're really real and cool. It's fun to hang out with. We don't even talk that much. It's just cool seeing new people do what they do. Chris, I'm rambling at this point.
That's fine, man. Ramble away.
Yeah, like they're just on Ace of My Heart. I had Rock and Brony do a solo or two solos, I believe, and they're really good. Not many people know about him. He's pretty small in the horse music scene, but he's incredibly talented. A much more worthy guitarist than I. Anyway, like he's very good. Like Divinum X, he's I don't know, he should be bigger than he is. Let me go see how many subs he has. What? Oh, I spelled it wrong. My bad.
It does not exist. What?
What? He doesn't even have 1,000 subscribers. You fucking kidding me?
See, yeah, that's my point.
That's
I don't know. I feel like something's gone wrong somewhere where people. That's kind of the point with
it's
my show. With this is I'm trying to kind of get the not to get the pony hype back because I know that's never going to happen again. I know that
no.
there's to think we can go back to the old days is stupid, but I think we can also move forward from here and keep making fucking awesome horse tunes and horse shit because I think people still love it and people can still rock with it.
Oh yeah, yeah. People
And
like it's not the quality of the music that's changed. It's mostly to do with the exposure. Like EQD used to be a massive thing. It used to be like the horse publication would tell you everything you need to know about all horse happening
that's the big
in the
time.
world. Yeah,
It's
if you got an
definitely more.
EQD, you pretty much hit it big.
Yeah, it's definitely more saturated now, which is definitely a big factor for one. I will admit that. But
Oh yeah, there's a horse for everything.
yeah, make equestrian great again. No,
Yeah,
God, no.
yeah, like it's just the fandom isn't as crazy as it used to be. Like there used to be people like constantly talking about everything and like doing everything, and the EQD used to be like flooded with comments and people discussion constantly, and users like caring about everything. And like this is to an extent, it still is. There are still the people who turn out like now and then and comment on everything, and
Mhm.
they like have a discussion. It's cool, but it's nowhere near the amount of people from a few years ago. Psh,
I remember somebody
yeah.
said once that the problem is, it used to be back then we were fighting with other people against us, and now we just fight amongst ourselves.
Well, even back then, that was a thing. Like,
Oh yeah, oh yeah, of course.
when
I
people would actually get upset about who was best pony.
oh my
Whew.
goodness, wow, those were the days.
Oh yeah, the golden
How
years, you
can you
know.
make Rainbow Dash? She's such a bitch.
Christ.
Oh
Yeah.
god,
Oh,
good
but
god.
yeah, like the media hasn't changed so much. Like there are all the like the really cool animations, like stuff that Pymations does, and Argo Daemon. I can't.
Yeah, Argo,
Agro.
Damon, what? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like those guys, they all still get like pretty good view counts because like their content goes beyond just being animations with horses. It's like it's good content in its own right, and anyone can enjoy it. But yeah, like that's because this brings me to another topic. That's something I'm trying to do. I'm trying to like include less blatant references to the show because like it's the kind of thing where if I wasn't a brony, but I enjoyed the song, I would listen to it and not care. But I wouldn't want to listen to it with my friends around if it had like blatant pony. So I want to make my music like more accessible to anyone. Still be very much about the show, but that's landed me in some shit before. People who said, "Oh, the song isn't pony; it doesn't have any pony." No,
Eh,
well, it's like you can't really tell me what my song is or isn't. If I wrote it about ponies, then it's about whether or
exactly.
not it includes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Agreed. I mean, hell, there's people like I remember Jastrian. They made like ambient music. I mean, there's zero
yeah,
nothing. There's nothing like in there that can outright like unless you somehow maybe worked a little hint of a melody in there from some show tune in there. Like really, there's nothing there. I mean, the only thing that makes it a pony tune is if you like slap like a picture of Pinky on there or something or whatever. But I mean, even then, like you can't. Yeah, the music, the picture is one thing, but the music, yeah, I who knows.
yeah. Like even if there's no blatant pony in the song, you can still just listen to the lyrics and see those like they have. What's the word? If the lyrics have connection to what the character on screen or whatever is trying to do, the person is trying to convey through that character. Like if it's a happy upbeat song and has lots of like party fun time lyrics and has a picture of Pinkie Pie on it, then it's clear like yeah, I would say yeah, that's probably a song about Pinkie Pie.
Fair.
It's a messy subject. It depends. It depends if you're the person who writes a pony song but doesn't include pony words, or writes a normal song and then just puts a pony picture on top.
Mm.
Like it's you can't really say who is who in that situation unless you can somehow see one thing or the other. But yeah, it's a very messy subject.
Mm. Yeah, Ford's quoting when then Woot here with this, and Woot would say to just own your shit and let your autism shine.
Yeah, like one of my newer songs, commission song, but I really enjoy the premise, so I'm kind of working extra hard on this. It's super good. It's it's like a spiritual successor to Frailty. It's about Starlight Glimmer.
A
Yes, yeah, like
I approve already.
it's like to Twilight, as Twilight was to Tyrek, as Twilight is to Starlight. It's like it's a a spiritual successor to that. Has some lines that kind of come back to the original song, and it's a lot of fun. And yeah, there are like very blatant poem references. I say Starlight's name, say Equestria, say I don't think I used the word pony anywhere because that's a bit much by 2017 standards. But yeah,
All right.
like I'm not against using the words when they're like
Fitting.
necessary.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Oh, shit. I think I'm out of important questions that I have here that I really want to ask tonight. And it's right around the mark there. So I'll have a few closing ones, though. If anybody has final questions, now is your chance. If not, we're going to close them out here. We're going to wrap this up. And yeah, pretty much. So any final questions in the chat, please ask me right now. I will get to my closing ones that I always like to do with this here.
Yeah.
With this. So, for those who just again, you can ask this, record for the record here. For anybody who's looking to get in contact with you for the future, for anything they may have in mind, what would be the best way for them to do such a thing?
Probably Twitter or message me directly through. Those are the two places I'm active the most. Where like, if it's something that like really needs to be like talked about in depth, then just message me on there, tell me what's up, and then I'll get your Discord or something, and then we can talk there.
Yeah, pretty much what I did, guys. I got him on Facebook Messenger, and it took about, I don't know, 3 months to get this all worked out. But yeah, I had a lot ahead of queue anyway with that. And but yeah, no, he's cool dude. Not too hard to reach. Not too hard. I think we had like a month of difference in discussion at one point though in the beginning, which was I don't use Facebook, which is my own damn fault.
It's okay, no worries.
It's my own. Yeah, I'm just bad at it. I tried it in high school. I hated it, and I just never went back to it. But I have it in case I need to. But okay. So Twitter, Facebook, Twitter's where it's at. Yeah, and so I know you kind of said this before, but anyone, I think everyone's here. Yeah, so I think it seems like the questions are closed off anyway. So now we're all good here. So I'm gonna close the chat questions off just to save the record. And so my final question here is, friends, how long do you think you'll keep on doing what you do, whether that's horse music or music in general?
Music in general, probably forever. Horse music, as long as people want it and as long as I'm enjoying myself, which I don't think I'm going to stop anytime soon. So, yeah, a few more years at least.
There you go.
Eee.
All right. Well, folks, this has been From the Horse's Mouth, episode 5 with PrinceWhateverer. Thank you all so much for coming out here tonight. Prince, once again, thank you for having me on. It's been a pleasure to finally get a chance to meet you, talk to you, and get to know the man behind the music.
No worries at all.
Hope you've
been great having.
I was saying, I hope you've enjoyed. If I wasn't too inquisitive.
No, it's been absolutely fun. Thank you for having me.
Alrighty, and yeah, so guys in chat, if you haven't already, follow this man on his stuff. Everything, his social media has been in the stream feed below you. It will be in the uploaded YouTube video on my channel. Yeah, between his Facebook, his YouTube, Twitter, and buy his stuff on Bandcamp while you're at it too. It's awesome stuff. Yeah. Give him some money. And if you like this from me, follow me here on Twitch for more episodes from the Horse's Mouth, and occasionally any games I decide to stream. I just did SCP Containment Breach on earlier this week. That was a lot of fun. So if you want to stick around for more of me, follow me here. I'm always on Twitter, so hit me up there if you ever need to get in contact with myself. And other than that, we thank you all for both coming out tonight and hope to see you next time. Alrighty. Prince, thank you again.
No worries at all. Thank you.
All right. Good night, everybody.